Fertilization is the process which an egg and sperm cell fuse to form a zygote. The zygote will undergo a 280 days or 40 weeks process. Thus, a baby will be born. In 2006, a biologist has found out that women can now be pregnant without obtaining sperms from men. In this era, they say the technique could enable women to have a biological child with two mothers and no father. Here in Informafacts, we will see how artificial sperms can change our lives in the future, or is it really possible? Please do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification button for you not to miss our newest update. Microbiologist Karim Ernia of the North East England Stem Cell Institute just took a step toward rendering men obsolete.
We can use this system to study male infertility. For example, if we isolate the skin cells and we could reprogram those cells to the stem cells, and from the stem cells again develop them to the sperm cells.
By immersing stem cells harvested from men's bone marrow in a cocktail of chemicals that mimic the environment of the testes, Ernia and his team turned the stem cells into immature sperm. The experiment marks the first time that any non-reproductive human tissue has been transformed into gametes. If the cells can be grown into mature sperm, the technique would allow men without functioning sperm, or even testes, to father children. If these precursor cells can be coaxed into becoming fully functioning sperm cells, the technique could allow infertile men to father their own children, and even allow women to produce their own sperm. But experts caution that provoking the sperm precursors to fully mature presents a serious challenge. In July 2006, biologist Karim Ernia at the University of Newcastle upon Tyne in the UK and colleagues reported they had successfully converted stem cells from mouse embryos into functioning sperm that could fertilize mouse eggs and produce live offspring. Their offspring would always be daughters, though, because sperm made from a female cell would always carry an X instead of a Y chromosome. Weirder still, a woman could conceivably use sperm made from her bone marrow to inseminate her own eggs. Ernia says trying this approach in humans would spark controversy as it would involve creating embryonic clones of infertile men. If we use this method in the clinic, it would raise ethical concerns. He believes this latest advance, which instead used stem cells taken from bone marrow, would present fewer ethical problems. Ernia's work has already raised a few ethicists' eyebrows, and some scientists doubt that Ernia's engineered sperm could ever be functional enough to inseminate an egg successfully. René Riajopoura, a biologist at Stanford's Institute for Stem Cell Biology and Regenerative Medicine, points out that earlier attempts to create offspring with sperm from embryonic stem cells resulted in short-lived mouse pups that were either giants or midgets. Ernia says it's possible that transplanting his immature sperm cells into human testes could make them functional, but he's awaiting permission for that experiment from his institute's ethics board. This how the process will going to be. Ernia's team obtained the bone marrow stem cells, called mesenchymal stem cells, from 4 adult men who were about to undergo bone marrow transplants. The researchers mixed these cells with proteins that promote cell growth and vitamin A, which appears to play an important role in sperm development. This mixture converted the cells into sperm stem cells, called spermatogonium cells. Sperm stem cells are normally found in the testes, where they divide to help provide a continuous supply of sperm. See diagram, right? While sperm stem cells have 2 sets of chromosomes, mature sperm capable of fertilizing eggs have only 1 set. Ernia says his ongoing experiments have suggested that sperm cells derived from the bone stem cells of mice can undergo the first 2 of 3 divisions necessary to become mature sperm. He says that his team will work to achieve all the necessary divisions in mice before trying similar manipulations with human cells. Second would be acid test. However, Dr. Robin Lovell-Badge, a stem cell and sex determination expert at the National Institute for Medical Research, Mill Hill, London, doubts it will work. The presence of 2 X chromosomes is incompatible with this. Moreover, they need genes from the Y chromosome to go through meiosis, so they are at least double damned. In Brazil, a team led by Dr. Irina Kukas of the BUONE Institute in Sao Paulo claims to have made both sperm and eggs from cultures of male mouse embryonic stem cells in the journal Cloning and Stem Cells. The researchers have not yet shown that their male eggs can be fertilized to produce viable offspring, but they are thinking about possibilities for same-sex human reproduction. If all these experiments pan out, Then the stage would also be set for a gay man to donate skin cells that could be used to make eggs, which could then be fertilized by his partner's sperm and placed into the uterus of a surrogate mother. I think it is possible, says Kukas, but I don't know how people will look at this ethically. The UK Parliament is now debating changes to the 1990 Human Fertilisation and Embryology Act, and the government is under pressure to include an amendment that would allow the future use of eggs and sperm grown in the lab from stem cells. However, a clause added to this amendment would restrict this to sperm from genetic males and eggs from genetic females. Experts caution that turning sperm stem cells derived from bone marrow into functioning sperm would be no small feat. Before we get too excited about this being a new form of infertility treatment, these cells cannot as yet be made into functioning sperm. So we have no idea if they can pass the acid test. The ability to fertilize female eggs as is achieved with donor sperm in IVF treatment, says Malcolm Allison of the London School of Medicine and Dentistry in the UK. Stem cell biologist Harry Moore at the University of Sheffield in the UK worries that sperm created from bone stem cells could have undetectable abnormalities that could cause disease in offspring. Unfortunately, these stem cell manipulations can lead to permanent genetic changes which would make them unsafe to use, especially as a potential sperm or egg, he says. Nevertheless, Naomi remains optimistic about manipulating stem cells to treat infertility, and says a positive outcome could help many men, including those whose sperm stem cells have been destroyed by potent anti-cancer drugs. Naomi hopes that one day it might be possible to inject the sperm stem cells directly into the testes of human patients, so that these men can conceive naturally as opposed to using IVF. And women may be able to use the technique to produce sperm, allowing lesbian couples to have their own biological daughters. Naomi says that researchers have produced the same early-stage sperm cells in mice from bone marrow cells taken from female mice. It should be perfectly possible for fully functional mature sperm cells to be made from these female-derived cells too, he told New Scientist. We hope you have fun in this video. Please do not forget to click the subscribe and notification button for you not to miss the newest update. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.